Let me ask you a question that can make a whole Bible class go silent. If God knew Lucifer would become Satan, why did he create him in the first place? That is not a small question. That is a question about God's character. It is a question about love, freedom, sin, and why evil exists at all. Imagine a student raising their hand in Bible class and asking, why did God create the devil? Then another student asks, and if God already knew what would happen, why did he not stop it before it started? The room goes quiet. The teacher has to answer carefully because this is really a question about whether God can be trusted. But here is where many people answer too quickly. Now, this is the part we cannot miss. The first thing we need to understand is that God did not create a devil. He didn't create evil. God created Lucifer as a beautiful, powerful, and highly intelligent angel, the highest of them all. But Lucifer was created with something vital, the freedom of choice. He wasn't a robot. Before we blame God for what happened next, we need to ask a better question about love. Love cannot be forced. If God forced us to obey him, would it still be love? No, it would be control. God allowed choice because love is only real when it is free. It's the very core of his character. And this is where the story takes a turn. Lucifer chose to use his freedom in a tragic way. Lucifer chose pride, jealousy, and rebellion. Sin began in his heart when he stopped trusting God's love. He wanted God's position for himself. He wanted to be served rather than to serve. Now someone might ask, but why did God not just stop Lucifer immediately? That is a fair question. If God destroyed Lucifer the moment he questioned him, what might the other angels think? They might think God doesn't allow questions. They might obey from fear instead of love. Do not miss this part because it changes everything. God allowed the results of sin to be seen. He wanted the universe to see for itself that his way is loving, fair, and true. Seventh-day Adventists often call this the Great Controversy. It's a battle over God's character. Satan wants us to think God is unfair, harsh, and selfish, but Jesus came to show the truth. Here is the answer I would give a fifth grader who raises their hand in that classroom. God created a beautiful angel who had the power to choose. Lucifer chose pride and rebellion. God allowed choice because love is only real when it is free. Forced obedience is just robotic. This is not just about Lucifer, this is about us too. And now the question gets personal. Every day we also get to choose. Will I trust God or will I trust myself more than God? Will I choose humility or will I choose pride? Will I listen to the voice of Jesus or the lies of the enemy? And here is why God's patience matters. He is waiting for everyone to see the truth. At the cross, Jesus showed the truth about God's love and the truth about Satan's cruelty. God did not create evil. He created freedom. Lucifer chose evil, but Jesus chose the cross. And because of Jesus, sin will not have the final word. Evil will not last forever. God will one day end sin completely in a way that shows he is just, loving, and trustworthy. If this helped you explain a hard Bible question in a simple way, share it with a parent or teacher. Follow this podcast for more honest Bible conversations that help faith make sense in everyday life. Drop a question in the comments that you've heard a child ask in Bible class. God bless.